Hi guys, it's me, Just Cena, again. And boy, have I got a good story for you this time. And it involves my little vacation up north, and it involves a very interesting travesty and unfairness, if you ask me. To the fact that it might get you guys upset. And it definitely upset me and my father as well, because we were both traveling up north. I mean, up north to the New York State Canadian border. Now, before I begin with that whole thing, I went to Montreal because it was a pretty easy city to get to from where I am. All I have to do is go up the New York State Thruway, that'd be A7, and then it goes straight to Montreal from there when you get to the border. And that was pretty easy to get to. So I'll be making a video about that soon enough. And yeah, just by going on that alone, it was a pretty interesting tale by itself. So stay tuned for that. But for right now, I will talk about Cornwall, Canada. Now, we didn't exactly like it in Montreal for reasons that I will get to in the other video. So we decided to try to go up north into the friendliest country in the world, right? We hear these stories about Canadians and Canada being extremely friendly, like the Mormons, and yeah, I'll get more into that in a little bit. But we were staying on the one of the Mohawk reservations, Indian reservations up there, and the people over there were very, very nice to us. I mean, we lost money in the casino, but still, they were very, very nice to us. And so were some of the Canadian people that came all the way up north to play at the casino there. I can't pronounce the name of the reservation title, but it begins with A, and you've seen it on some of my other recent videos. So they were actually very nice to us. The area was nice. The geography was beautiful over there. But I still wanted more. I still wanted something more. And being that I like to go to the gym and Planet Fitness in particular, we both figured to look up Planet Fitness in the area and see which one was the closest. And the closest one to us was in Cornwall, Canada. It was only 5 miles away. 5 miles away. I don't know how much that would transfer to kilometers, but I would say maybe 7 kilometers, 8, 9 at most, something about that along there. So on September 23rd, we decided to go for round 2 of crossing the border into the friendly country of Canada. Because I asked the Native American woman there at the convenience store, what's on the other side of the border? We've seen the bridge there, the Canadian side. He said that it was a dinky little town. I wouldn't want to go there because it was a small town. But if you look it up on Wikipedia or something or other, it's a town somewhere around 47,000 people. Not what I would consider a dinky little town. That's like a major It's like a minor city, and probably the suburbs. So I got very excited about it. And I even had my father talk to the guy that works at the gym. Was assuming that he had a French accent because Montreal, everyone was speaking French over there. I mean, not just people, but everything, even the menus, the signs, everything was in French. So anyway, I had my dad ask the guy, if my membership here in America will work for them over there. And the guy said, yeah, it will work out fine. As long as you're a black card, elite member, you can do whatever you want over here. You can come over at the gym and stuff. So I got really excited to say that I would go to a foreign gym. I was so excited and stuff. So after we go back to the hotel room and freshen up a little bit, we go over to the border. You can see on my camera footage of us crossing the border. Now, I'm not expert on border crossing or anything, but like with the Montreal border crossing, it looked very barren, very much like, say, the border between the two Koreas, North and South Korea. It looked very desolate, almost like a war-torn area. There were no big cities, no major lights, no fanfare, no big settlements, just bleakness. There was an international bridge that you could see from my video. I will be happy to put this in the link below in the description of my video. So we go over there. we cross over the Green Bridge. And we go over to the Canadian side. We pass over the island. Then we get over the bridge to the Canadian side. No big deal, right? So, we talked to the woman over there. The second woman, I guess you could call her. The first border patrol. And we're always talking to her and saying, she says, with your business coming over to my country, to our country. So we say that he wants to go to the gym and have some fun with it. So, so, which is true, I do want to go to the gym, I was wearing something very similar to this with my old jeans and stuff, so, she could obviously tell that I was working out. So, she knew that I checked out on me. So, we go over there, and she's asking us, she asked us twice if we get any drugs on us, any food that will be coming over to the animals, any alcohol, any other thing that would be considered like foreign objects or foreign things that would mess with the ecosystem and stuff. So we told her no, which was accurate. Count like a few potato bags that we bought from America and stuff, so I don't think that would make a big deal. So we weren't gonna eat anything over there, but we just go there for 2 or 3 hours and then come back home. So then it's sort of really like on her. Maybe it could have been because I was answering for my father too, in some instances, because truth be told, my dad's going deaf in both ears. So I figured that, on the hand and answer for him on certain things. Something that I think that he wouldn't be able to understand right away, rather than getting him in trouble for something like that. So apparently the woman found us suspicious. I don't know if it was because of that, or because we looked like we could be like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, or could be probably wear something similar to what I was wearing, which is similar to this, or but maybe it was because we were Americans coming over from the American side to Canada, and they didn't know they didn't know us from Larry, or maybe it could have been that we weren't gonna spend time in the hotel room and invest cash over there that much, at maybe like a convenience store or something, but no hotel staying or anything like that. Or it could have been that we didn't we messed around with my camera, before we actually made the approach to the actual island, and then the bridge, and then the chicken station. So the woman very nicely to pull over to, I think, bay number 3. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I wasn't worried too much about them finding anything, because I knew that we were clean and all that. I know that the car was clean. I know that we were clean and all that. Our intentions were nice. We weren't gonna do anything bad. But the thing was, I was worried about us not being able to go for whatever reason that they might make up or whatever. So we pull over, and then after about 5 minutes or so, the 3 guys come over and escort my father to the main, I guess, lobby inside the place. I didn't go with them because I'm in a wheelchair and such. So in about 10 minutes afterwards, when the other guy comes to the door and says, "Excuse me, is there anybody else in there?" So I said, "I'll be there in a minute. I'll be in there in a minute. I'm doing something right now." Because I had to use the bathroom, and my father put something in the back of the car, so we could do that in emergency. So I had to use the bathroom. I don't know if the guy thought that was suspicious or not, but I don't care. I had to go. The nature called me. So anyway, I get out. I go up there. I talk to the guy. I say, we went to Montreal with the disaster and everything else. All bad things about that. I'll talk to you guys in the next video on my vacation. So, they instructed us to get out of the car. So, I didn't bring my camera with me because my father told me to shut it off when we stopped in today. So we get out of the car, and he had to start the car up because that's the way the lift was in the car. So, one thing I noticed is that the 2 other guys besides the Asian guy that talked to me. Now, I don't know if the first water control woman thought that I was under the influence of something, some kind of drug or something, because truth be told, some people who don't know me per se might assume that I'm on drugs, or I'm high or drunk or something or other. So, okay, that was fine. So then we both get out of the car. Well, I get out of the car for the first time. My father comes back from from doing what he had to do over there, and they instruct me to go over by where the but under one of the other bays in in the area in the parking lot. So one thing I noticed that it was plenty outside. So I didn't want anything to happen to me, so I instinctively went deeper into the bay to prevent any rain from falling on my head and messing with my scooter. They didn't tell me that, I should point out. So anyway, when my father and I are over there waiting out for like an eternity, the people, the guys, because a 70-plus-year-old man and a guy in a wheelchair really wanted 3 guys to come and search our car. So they were searching everything in the car. They searched our luggage in the car. They searched the bed in the car. They searched every nook and cranny in the car. And in fact, they even saw my weights that I was working out with. My weight vest and my ankle weights and all that. So then they knew that I was serious about working out. They were they thought that that they would find some kind of drug or some kind of alcohol in the big full-size van because it gets highly suspicious for border crossings. And you know what they found? Absolutely nothing except for 2 pissed off Americans. It was really, really horrible that they didn't find anything because that was like literally the golden mark. They were hoping to bust the big one in the whole big career maker. The whole he got drugged in the panel of his car or in the tires, for example, hidden away. I'm surprised he didn't dismantle the car or undo the paint job or dismantle the tires or strip it down or whatever the technical term is. So they were all disappointed about that. They didn't find anything on us. So after like 20 minutes of waiting around in the car, the head guy goes back into the office. And then he says, we can't let you through. We just can't. Even though to get the passport, we would have to be clean. We would have to have no prior, arrest warrants or any type of thing that would get caught with the law or anything like that. So it was a big pile of bullshit that they wouldn't let us into Canada. And we couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it all. This would happen to us. So we were just going to the gym there, and I could tell that there were people over there that did feel bad about that. Like one guy with glasses on wouldn't even look me in the eye and say, there's nothing we can do about it. I even said, is there anything you guys can do about it? So the guy said, no, nothing we can do about it. Even the Asian guy was like, he just stood there like, come on, chief, we're gonna do this to these poor guys. Like, I know, a guy in a wheelchair and a guy in the 70s are really a big threat to our way of life. So anyway, I like to think that if I personally made a break for it and I tried to get to the border using my scooter only, that they would send out like 3 different squad SUVs, and maybe a helicopter, maybe a drone behind me, like they were cops or something like that. Maybe the Canadian Mounties or something like that. I just couldn't believe it. So then they said, okay, follow the car back to that's where you came and stuff. Like, bitch, we were profiled because we were Americans. They hate Americans, and they will not let Americans go that way for whatever reason. Even though we had nothing wrong, we did everything that they told us to do. We didn't wise off to anybody. We just said yes or no, sir, all that. We were profiled as Americans. That's the end of it. That's all of it. You didn't want new Americans into the country. That was it. It could have been that we were talking bad about Montreal, but I don't think that should matter. People might come to New York City and they might not like it over there. That doesn't mean that every border crossing guard would have an issue with people going to, let's say, New York City or Detroit or wherever they want to go in America. That wouldn't make that big of a deal. So yeah, I would definitely profile against Americans, because I was an American, I was profiled and denied entry into their country, which is kind of good for me because I could just imagine from a very frosty reception, if you will, in Montreal by the people of Montreal, Montrealese, Montreal pillars, something like that. I don't know what that would be, but I have a good feeling that they probably would have looked at me at the gym or my father in the car like outside, like aliens, like weirdos. Like, what you do in my country? Something like stupid Americans. You like Trump and all that. I hate Trump. Meanwhile, I have a flag on my scooter right now. It's an American flag. I don't have any particular pride in America or anything. I just like the fact that it's a flag and stuff. So, I know that we've had dirty history in the past. I know that the flag isn't the best. That America isn't the best thing in the world, especially now under Trump. But I think that Trump savaged relations among Canadians and among other people in the world. I hate that about him. He's like playing around with power. He doesn't understand that he's ruining a closely held relationship with other countries and stuff. So that's on the end of it. When we're going back over, my dad had to pay for toll for going back there again, even though we paid going back over there the first time. So it was, paid twice. And then, when we went over there, she tried to overcharge us for toll. She tried to charge us $5.50, I think it was. But that was only the Canadian price. If you wanted the American price, it was $3. They couldn't allow us for a fee waiver because we didn't get to see anything over there. Just the border patrol treated us horribly. If you get searched like we did, I'm surprised you didn't do like a cavity search or pat down my scooter or something for like a drugs or Obama or something. Anyway, whenever you get charged and nothing is found, it's supposed to say, "Oops, sorry, we made a mistake. Go on through. You're free to go." But nope, they just said, we made the mistake, but no, we're not letting you through here. We gotta protect ourselves from dangerous, stupid Americans. So besides all that, my dad says that bridge was the only way over to America. So she very, very quickly said, "Well, you can swim over if you like." So basically, I took that as saying, we don't care how you get out of the country. You just want out. Go away. We don't want your business. We don't want anything to do with you. Get out. So, right. When my dad was unable to pick up on it, maybe because of hearing, maybe because it was unable to come up with something like that or whatever, we weren't expecting her to be able to wise ass about it. So, she quickly said something instead of the word like, she said bike. So, I can prove this because my camera was not on at the time. But still, it was pretty unnerving that they would have someone that be that much white ass toward Americans. I'll bet you that the first woman that we saw, probably called them up on the radio or the cell phone or something and said, we got some new American people here. Make life hell for them. Or something about it. Because one thing I noticed is that these people at the checkout station, this border station, they were Canadians. But the one in Montreal, he was a different American. He asked us the same questions. Do you bring any weapons? Do you bring any contraband? Do you bring any drugs? Are you sure you don't have any drugs? That kind of thing. The only thing my dad had on him was his own personal medication for pain or something like that. So I think maybe he could got suspicious on that. He said that on the second time she repeated the question, or maybe she could have just been having a bad day or whatever the case would be. Maybe a relationship issue or something or other. So I assume that this whole thing was because Trump soured our relationship with Canada and other countries thereabouts. Logically, I thought that would be it. Recent months and years and stuff would do that. But then again, I brought up to my cousin, my sweet angel of a cousin. And I mean that literally, the word pretty much angel. She makes me look like a dirty, horrible person by comparison. That's sweet, clean. So anyway, she told me about the time that she went to Montreal with a friend of hers in '97. And then on the way back, she got in trouble over her own passport. Being that she told me that they made the claim that said that her face didn't match her own the face that she had on her face in reality didn't match the picture. It was complete hogwash. So she thinks along with me that they made up these bullshit problems just to make the day more interesting. Like, haha, look what we can make the Americans do. Haha, we're gonna deny them entry into our country. Or, haha, we're gonna make it so difficult that they're not even gonna want to come back here again. Fuck you, America. You know, one maybe it's good at our pages and twisters, for whatever reason. So anyway, it's pretty much a crapshoot whether you get into Canada or not, which is really, really weird because it's right there. It's like 5 miles away. It was like they told that my dream was to go to Canada, but they snatched it away and they said, nope, you're not going anywhere. Go back home. I definitely hope this video gets out there to many people, and I hope that people learn now that Canada is not big friendly bastion that people make out to be. I mean, so you got Michael Myers, and you got not the killer, I mean the Austin Powers guy, and you got Ryan Reynolds. That's about it. Nice Canadians are on TV or movies. Also, the people in Cornwall were seem to be mostly Europeans. I mean, to the point that like 90% of the people over there are European, and like 2% are black. A lot of people are Native American, and the other there's like 0.06 or 0.6%, meaning South Asian. So anyway, it's a very mono cultural group there, French Canadians, pretty much. So I would have a good time there too. A real good time with people leering at me and looking at me weird and calling me stupid American behind my back. You know, all that stuff. So I didn't need that. My father didn't need to worry about me so much. And it probably wouldn't have been very pleasant for me or them, or probably been uncomfortable because I could tell that these Border Patrol agents were just itching to call heavy forces on me and my father. You know, we sneezed wrong, they would call the police on us. You know, we littered, they would call the police on us. We forgot wrong, the police would be on us. We looked at a woman wrong, we whistled a woman wrong, and they would throw the book at us. So it would have been very, very unpleasant for everyone involved. So I'm glad that I didn't go to Cornwall on that one occasion. That and the fact that our GPSs didn't work right. Our phones went completely dark. Much like my trouble. But at least with this one, they had like a English and French signage. And I gotta give it to them on that. But yeah. For our treatment over there, I give the Canadian Border Patrol there one of these. A big fat poop. Even on the worst, some people on the group that I can't believe that we're doing this. Now, even if they had offered to give us like an escort to the gym and make sure that we didn't get in trouble, that would have been acceptable, but no, they just out. Get out. So, fuck them. So I guess just screwed the whole thing. So yeah, that was my experience going to and trying to cross over the border. You can see that on my video, part of it. Anyway, before my dad, I'm going to put the camera down. I wish he had installed the sport cam for just an emergency. Although more likely, the Canadian Border Patrol would have disconnected it or questioned us about it when they went through the car. When they had no right to, because they had no search warrant on us. They couldn't do that, but who am I to judge what some other country has to do? If Trump wasn't in charge, there wouldn't be as tight security as there was. But anyway, yeah. I would like to share with me any of your own stories about this issue about crossing over the border to Canada, or of all places to Canada, any other place around the world that you think of tight security, like Mexico, or any of the European countries or nations, or Africa, for example, or Asia. Let me know. And if you like what you hear and you want more of my channel and stuff, always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Or you can always come to me for any future type stuff on my channel by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3707. Or come follow me on Twitter at PNelsonPro. Or if you'd like to send with email me at jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I salute all the people who are nice Americans on this side, and I would like to welcome any Canadians that would like to come over to our side, fun and game stuff on the casino. I would make so many friends, Canadians, who cross over and play the casino games with us. And would like to welcome anybody that wants to play casino games with us too. And let's see here. And so peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully with more cheerful, a more cheerful topic than me and my father getting profiled as Americans and not entry into a country because of that. Also, she could have been suspicious of our New York and Brooklyn accents, even though that doesn't make a big difference. Who can tell? I can't tell. We can't really tell that. So, see ya. And see you in the next video, all you girls and guys in the internet. Bye bye.